Arizona, homeowner's best friend.
Western ag in general with the Western states is so fascinating and intriguing. And I was just curious if your consultancy went beyond that.
It did. I worked on several water rights projects in New Mexico and California and Colorado, and in addition to doing some crop consulting. And then in about 1993, the Fort McDowell Indian community got a settlement with their Salt River project on how much water they owned. So they suddenly had a lot of water but had no farm. And so they put out a request for proposal to do a study, say, what could we farm? And this is up there east of Fountain Hills on the Verde River. So myself and an ag economist bid on that contract and got it. So we did a crop study for them. Here's what you could grow. And they said, there's 5 things we want and don't want. We want crops that have a history of being successful. We want crops that have ready markets. We don't want to have to worry about where we're going to sell them. We want crops that are not perishable. We want crops that don't have a lot of pesticide use because they're right next to the Verde River. And we want crops that have minimal labor requirements. So we screened 70 different crops, and 2 of them fit very well, pecans and citrus. So I stayed on with them as a consultant for several years, designing the irrigation system, getting the trees planted, getting everything in place. And then the manager left, and they said, can you run this farm? I said, well, I know what to do and how to do it. So I entered into an agreement with them that lasted the next 25 years to run their farm.
Wow.
So that's where I've been. And in 2019, I retired as general manager. And now I'm back as a part-time advisor.
And they're still farming.
They're still farming. They'll be farming for the next 100 years because those trees don't go away.
Yeah. And
so how many trees are there on that?
We have 52,000 pecan trees and 35,000 citrus trees.
Wow.
Plus about 500 acres of alfalfa.
Rosie on the house, every Arizona home.